Douglas Hansen here with 1147cc, and thought I'd do some videos about what's going on and what's changed and what's inspired me, I guess. So I have real internet now. That's the big thing. Before I had some really bad, horrible satellite internet, limited data, limited speed. So now, it's been a couple months now, I actually have real fiber internet. And I've been binge watching boat videos. Sailing Parlay Revival. Colin is pretty awesome. He bought a hurricane wrecked catamaran, 45-foot catamaran, and sailing around the world. And it's pretty awesome. And I'd love to cross the ocean someday, Pacific someday. But I'm not a boat channel, and I've been across the ocean a few times in the Atlantic, and worked on cruise ships around the world. So I've seen most of the world, 60 countries now. And but my cars are my addiction. So thought I'd give you a little story about what's going on in the shop and my inspirations. Quick little TR3B going on here. Got a new customer for this car. This car is up and running and driving. I got to work out the taillights, get some seats in there with some real seat belts. I think we're going to see if we can get the Miata seats in, see if I can get the steering wheel adjusted a little closer to the dash, maybe convert it to the non-adjustable steering. But this is a TR4 engine. This is a TSF engine, but it still has the early non-synchro first TCF gearbox. So we're going to keep this patina, get this car on the road, have them enjoy it. I got to do some doots next. Got a custom tool here for some doots or zoots. You tell me. Got my Mark 1. So I've done some videos of time lapse. I never intended to do any actual building videos of my Mark 1. I never really had the internet capable of doing real videos. I have edited a few, and then COVID happened. I took this car apart just before COVID because I had an oil leak, and just a rabbit hole from there. A lot of custom work in this car. Lots of custom work on my Mark 1, and then COVID happened, and then I just did some time lapse, and then I did a narration of what I was doing. Never intended to do that, but it was locked down, so I locked myself in a closet with my time lapse and just talked about what I was doing, and what the plan was. So that's my first car and my last car, and that's what I named my business out of. 1147cc engines. Drove the heck out of that car, and hopefully I can get that back on the road soon. Just need to get the harness done, get that taped up, wrapped, pull it out, and then I can start body work on it. But my other projects jumped in line. Obviously, customers' cars, and then this little beauty over here. I'll talk about that in a minute. Doing wiring, doing a restoration on a 69 TR6 for a customer. Got some nice leather seats with a folding headrest. Got most of this finished. I got to work on the folding part next. Put those together. I got the main harness rewrapped. Repairs where they needed to be. But it's time for me to polish. It was too cold recently. Last week was around 16 degrees. Obviously, it wasn't that cold here in the garage, in the shop. But it's hard to get motivated and wet sanding and polishing when it's freezing degrees, below freezing. So yeah, hopefully it's warm enough now. For the next week or two, I can get this polished because I can't go any further. I can't do any more interior until I get this polished, and then I got to paint the back of the car. Got to paint the back next. I got to get some flattening agents to do the back with the taillights. Get that going. Then I can work on finish the interior, drop that in, and then not much left. Here's some other stuff going on. Here's my Mikunis for my GTR5. I've done Mikunis on a lot of different cars. Since I converted my GTR and the cable throttle, I'm going to do some custom linkage with this heat shield. So I got to change out these throttles, custom stainless throttles for the Mikunis, and then I got to set up the linkage for the cable. So that's next to do for my car. The Acclaim jumped ahead too. I forgot about the Acclaim. The Acclaim. Bought the Acclaim for 10 country run for Team Torpedo for 2020. And then COVID happened. And then I couldn't go anywhere because it was Brexit and I couldn't take the car to a shop and weld on it. And then I got a really cheap shipping deal for my Acclaim. I shipped my car over for 600 pounds. So I have the only Acclaim CD in the US. Got most of all the welding done. It's over there in the carport, over there next to the 250 and the GT6. But yeah, the Acclaim jumped ahead, and then I got an engine for this baby. So here is my GTR5, and the plan is to ship this to the UK in 26. So this is a non-IRS. It's a complete original solid axle frame. It's not a IRS frame. It's a 64 TR4 with a Mark III GT6 roof welded on top. And yeah, this is my little baby. So those two cars jumped ahead of my Spitfire. Let's have a look. I could not have a 4-cylinder in a GT. So this is a Mark III GT6 engine, late TR6 intake with TR4A carburetors. These are HS6s. I've got a S2 cam in it now. Power band's not quite right, so I've got another cam to put in it so I can shift around 65. So that's next. Toyota Super gearbox in there. I've been playing with my camber, my non-adjustable suspension. I need to get some front shocks, work on that. I've got uprated lever shocks in the back, revalved. So yeah, this is a, you like my patina? I love this patina. My wife didn't like to take pictures of the front of the car because she forgot that she thought I forgot to paint the front, the hood, the bonnet. But this is actually a very early short bubble bonnet. This is actually off my 974 TR4, which has been wrecked. But I like the short bubble. The patina is awesome. It was already white, so I threw it on there. It's a cool little car. So the plan is to ship this to the UK in 26. So if I ship this car to Europe in 26, that can be my midlife crisis. I don't know. If I can get a good deal, maybe split the shipping with my brother or a friend or somebody. Ship this car to Europe for 6 months, temporary import. I got to find insurance. I don't know who's got. Haggerty will not cover me without having UK registration. So I've got to find insurance for this car, and then hopefully I can stay longer after 10 country, and then go to Nürburgring. So a friend of mine went to Germany for a couple of weeks and rented a car and drove the Nürburgring. So that kind of inspired me, got a little jealous, call it what it is. And I want to ship this car and drive the Nürburgring. Spa would be awesome too, but I'm not sure what their dates are. They're not as open with track days as much as Nürburgring. So I just want that sticker on the window. since the tacks are a bit different between the 4 cylinders and 6, this is actually a 6 gauge with a 4 face. So 4,000 is actually 6,700 RPM. So don't be confused. This is actually 6,700 RPM, which is, I'm shifting around 65 usually, first and second. So this car is a fun little ride. So with the 5-speed, I think I can make a nice little trip to Europe with this. So 24, we're going to be going to England. I've got a Vitesse waiting for Team Torpedo to work on, so I'm going to work on the Vitesse. Hopefully have that ready for them for 26, and then I will have my GTR. So that is the plan so far. We'll see what happens. Again, this is the end of January of 24, so I got plenty of time to get some of these things done. Hopefully I can work on the Acclaim, get it painted, jump on the Spitfire, get the harness done, start working body work on that. And again, of course, get customers' cars out. I got two 250s in line. I got a 250 that's Valencia Blue. I got a Spitfire and another Valencia Blue 250. So once the red car is gone, get this car on the road, and then start planning my UK trip. I do need to get my sailboat out too. I do have a sailboat. I do have 11-foot, 12-foot Illusion. I need to get my Illusion in the water this summer. Didn't do it last year. So anyway, that's me. That's what's going on. That's my shop. That's my cars. We'll see how this goes with my YouTube channel. Thanks, guys. I will see you UK 24, 26. See you around.